Cleanup efforts, they continue right now in southwest Michigan after severe thunderstorms spawned several tornadoes on Friday afternoons. And you just saw the pictures before. The communities up there, they are trying to recover right now. It was an EF2 that ripped through Three Rivers, which is just 30 miles, or 30 minutes, I should say, south of Kalamazoo. Three Rivers is that town. It's just real close to Kalamazoo, Michigan. The mayor of Three Rivers joins us right now, Mayor Angel Johnston. Mayor, thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. We know it's a tough time. Take us through the events on that Friday afternoon, please.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. Late afternoon, the Michigan storm chasers let us know that there was a good storm on the way, and they tracked it street by street and let us know that there was very severe weather coming our way and exactly what time it would hit. I am so grateful to that team for taking such good care of us. When the storm came through, as you see in that video, it's actually the first time I've seen that video. That is a plaza that I shop in almost every single day. That was the beginning of the storm in our area. It blew apart our Menards, which is a home improvement store, and scattered it throughout town. And then went through our neighborhoods. And unfortunately, we didn't have as much warning outside of the Michigan storm chasers as we would have liked. But so many homes are damaged. We're so grateful no one lost their lives. And our emergency responders did an outstanding job of taking care of everyone in the aftermath of this storm.
And, you know, Mayor Johnston, obviously, I mean, looking at this video, terrifying. Oh, what was that like for you personally? Did you feel the impacts? Did you see the storm coming? Where were you at when it was all going down?
So I live about 5 blocks north of downtown. And in my area, I would say 2 or 3 miles maybe from there. It's a 5-minute drive at the most. And I had a little bit of drizzle, and it sounded like a train was coming through. But at my house, we had nothing. When it stopped and I came outside, I was shocked to hear from my neighbors that's Menards, that had happened and that the south side of town was in such bad shape. I immediately started heading towards the neighborhoods that were affected, and there were trees down everywhere. What's usually a 3 or 4 minute drive took 20 minutes. And honestly, I went through some places only because I am the mayor and I knew I wouldn't get in trouble. But I had to get to my neighbors. I knew where it had landed through phone calls from friends, and I had people I had to check on and make sure they were okay.
Wow. So, Mayor, we are about 3 days removed from this happening. I know you saw it right when it happened. What does it look like right now? How much progress have we made in the cleanup?
We've made a lot of progress. Now, actually, that not all the brush, but that some of the brush has been brought into the terrace areas, you know, towards the street and such. We're getting a little better idea of just how bad off the houses are. And it's an absolute mess. It's what you see on TV. You know, it's very much like the movies here. And when I'm in the areas that are affected, I can't even tell what street I'm on.
Oh, man.
And these are streets I know well because there's so much destruction that I can't tell if that's Michelle's house and I can't tell if that's Jim's house because parts of it are gone.
So you're missing trees, you're missing things that have been in a community that you know where to turn for years. And if that's gone, how do you find yourself around?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's difficult. Again, I know the streets really well, so I can sort of count when I have my bearings about me and then count, you know, which street to get to where I need to go. But it's so devastating. And so many people lost so much. The last I heard, there was still a dog missing. And yeah, I'm a dog mom. She could pop into this shot any moment. And I would be devastated if anything had happened to her. So I hope to goodness that dog has been found and I just haven't heard about it yet.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I mean, again, such a scary situation for so many folks in this area, in your town. What are the most urgent needs, or how can people help at this time? I know we're still just only a couple of days out and trying to get their bearings, but anything at this point that the town could use?
That's a great question. Our volunteer coordination has been difficult. We have so many people who want to help. What I am telling people to do right now is to go into the neighborhoods that are affected, try to park away from the damage so they're not blocking trucks and crews and anything like that, but just to walk around and help our neighbors gather up all of the debris that has fallen. There's pieces of metal and shingles and garage doors and trampolines and twisted up everything all over the place. And the city brought in dumpsters and dropped them in the affected areas. So I'm asking people to, you know, if they have a strong back and maybe a pickup truck too, to help there. Samaritan's Purse is taking volunteers. They are training at Riverside Church at 7:30 in the morning and 12:30 in the afternoon to help with cleanup events. So they're very easy to contact. Everybody here knows Riverside Church. And other than that, just very carefully, please don't anybody get a secondary injury, but please just help your neighbors.
Mayor, that's a great way to say it. Is there any website that we can go on? Is there a government website to look at it for your city?
I wouldn't say so. I would say if you want to register, you can with Samaritan's Purse. I don't have a website, but they're very easy to find online.
Awesome.
And just to do what they can in their communities, but to stay safe and try to park far enough away that they're not going to block anyone's way.
Great. And like you said, the scariest part that I'm listening to is the fact that some of the landmarks are there. You can't really find your way around. Mayor Johnston, thank you so much for the time. I appreciate it. We're hoping to get that word out for you for sure. Samaritan's Purse, check with them, and you can see what it looks like up in that Three Rivers, Michigan. Thank you very much,
Thank
Mayor.
you so much.
I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Thank you.